You know what? We need to take a little bit of a radical turn now. It's coming up to one of your favorite parts of the show.
It is my favorite part.
What would that be?
That'd be the Police Blotter.
That's right. Yes. And we're going to get right into this, folks. From the world of basketball, Sacramento Kings forward Andres Nocioni has been suspended by the NBA for 2 games without pay after pleading no contest in California to drunken driving. The suspension was going to begin with a game the other night between the Kings and Thunder. He was arrested late last year when a police officer noticed his car weaving in downtown Sacramento hours after the Kings had lost a game. If he had been driving a Toyota, he may have had a built-in excuse.
Ooh.
But, you know, as part of his sentence, he had to serve 2 days in a work program and then go through an alcohol class, pay a fine, 3 years probation. So that's Andre Nocioni. I don't remember Andre Savard doing that when he played with the Bruins in the 70s.
No, not at all.
Nope, not at all. Sticking with basketball, the Minnesota Timberwolves have suspended center Al Jefferson for 2 games without pay after his arrest on suspicion of DWI. The Minnesota State Patrol says, you all right?
Yeah, I'll make it.
Minnesota State Patrol says a trooper stopped Jefferson, saw him speeding and changing lanes without signaling. He was taken to a hospital for a blood test and then released. So Al Jefferson's in some hot water. I don't remember Alan Peterson doing that when he played hockey, do you?
Beach wouldn't do that.
Nope, not at all.
Jefferson, that's a familiar name around the Boston Garden, is it?
I don't know.
Well, didn't he play for the Celtics?
Probably.
Yeah.
I just stick with hockey.
All right.
From the world of basketball still, Miami Point Heat guard Carlos Arroyo has been charged with resisting arrest after police say he was pulled over for driving suspiciously. The Coral Gables Police Department reported that a motorcycle officer made several attempts to pull Arroyo over last month. After he was stopped, police say he refused to get out of his vehicle several times before complying, and he was arrested. And, I mean, you know, is he better than someone?
Just ask him.
Charger, San Diego. Chargers Pro Bowl wide receiver Vincent Jackson pleaded guilty to DUI and was sentenced to 4 days in jail and 5 years of probation because it was his second DUI conviction. He'll also be subject to the NFL's personal conduct policy and likely face at least a 1-game suspension next year. This was, I believe, not the first time he's been in trouble. He had a suspended license. He was handcuffed briefly, had his car impounded. So Vincent Jackson's in a bit of hot water, and I don't recall hearing of the aforementioned Vincent LeCavalier doing this in Tampa Bay, do you?
No, not at all.
I think because Barry Melrose set those young men straight.
Yeah, and they couldn't handle it.
Sticking with the world of football, Miami Dolphins cornerback Will Allen has been released on bail after being arrested for drunk driving in Miami Beach. Miami-Dade County Corrections spokeswoman says that he was also released on a $1,000 bail. He was taken into custody last month after he approached a roadway that was blocked by police. You kids out there, don't ever go through a roadblock, all right? An officer said Allen smelled of alcohol and had bloodshot eyes. And he had just finished his 4th year with Miami but missed 10 games after undergoing knee surgery. He had previously played for the New York Giants. So that is Will Allen. I don't recall Weymouth's Bobby Allen pulling these shenanigans when he played for BC or the
Will
Bruins.
Paymont
Do you?
either.
Nope, not Will Paymont. Portland, Oregon. Oregon tailback LaMichael James, one of the top freshmen in the nation, was arrested on domestic violence charges after his girlfriend said he grabbed her by the neck during an argument and pushed her to the ground. Tough guy, eh?
Yeah.
He was in the jail on misdemeanor charges of menacing, strangulation, and assault. There's a Gordie Howe hat trick,
Wow.
eh?
Yeah,
no bail was set, and you know, this happened outside of a Springfield apartment complex, and the woman suffered an abrasion but did not need to be hospitalized. LaMichael James started the season as a backup to LeGarrette Blount, a name you might have heard a while ago. He quickly became a star after LeBlount was suspended for most of the season for punching a Boise State player immediately after the Ducks season opener.
Who I might add was on our Police Blotter.
Yeah. So that's LaMichael James. You never hear of Michael Ryder strangling women, do you?
Not at all.
Not Michael Ryder.
No.
Now to the world of soccer. Manchester City midfielder Michael Johnson is being investigated by police after allegedly headbutting a Manchester United fan in a nightclub. The fracas erupted after the victim was singing Manchester United songs with friends in the club, and Johnson later arrested and interviewed by police. The alleged victim is I guess, flagged down a passing police car in the early morning hours of December 6th. Johnson was later approached by police, and I love this, an appointment was made for him to attend the police station to be questioned over the
incident. Did you ever have to have an appointment?
No. They grabbed me and gave me some bracelets to wear. I usually had a back seat spot, too. So Michael Johnson was arrested on suspicion of assault causing actual bodily harm and you know, he was bailed out, and we'll see what happens. So I know we've been to Manchester, New Hampshire several times, and I don't recall the Monarchs headbutting opposing fans. Do you?
No. And Mark Johnson or Eddie Johnson wouldn't be doing any of that either.
No, they wouldn't. All right, we go from soccer to the world of women's basketball.
Oh.
In Texas, the women's basketball coach at an East Texas junior college and one of his players were released on bond recently after their arrests following a game. Trinity Valley community coach Bob DeMuth was freed from Washington County Jail on $1,500 bond a day after Blinn College police arrested him on a charge of resisting arrest. Also freed in $2,500 bail was Leisha Dunn, Trinity Valley's 6'4" freshman post player from Canada, who was charged with assault on a police officer. DeMuth was alleged to have angrily charged some game officials at the final buzzer of number 4 ranked Trinity Valley's 61-55 loss at Blinn, then struggled with a campus police officer who was trying to restrain him. So you've got a women's college basketball coach in all this trouble. I just want to say, you don't hear about St. Lawrence hockey coach Joe Marsh doing this, do you?
No,
You don't hear about Mike Eves from Wisconsin going after refs, do you?
Nope, not at all.
You don't hear about the women's coach at Wisconsin, Mark Johnson, going after refs, do you?
Not at all.
Nope, because they're involved in the world of hockey. More from women's hoops. Lubbock, Texas. Baylor freshman Brittany Griner was ejected from a game against Texas Tech after she punched an opposing player in the face. Texas Tech's Jordan Barncastle fouled Griner, and late in the game, as the Tech player was moving away from Griner, the Lady Bears standout swung and landed a punch on Barncastle's face. Wow. Griner faces additional discipline from Baylor and the Big 12. There's no place for that in sports, Baylor coach Kim Mulkey said. It was ugly for women's basketball. It was ugly that coaches were on the court, that benches cleared, and I will take care of that with my team. Listen to me now and hear me later, folks. You heard it. This means there have been more bench-clearing brawls in women's basketball this year than you've had in college hockey, okay? College hockey, great sport.
Doesn't get any better than that.
No, it doesn't. And moving right along, a college football coach in Texas is backing players accused of removing every copy of a student newspaper from racks around campus because of a front-page article about teammates being arrested on drug charges, police state. This happened at Division II Texas A&M Commerce. The coach is Guy Morris. Do you remember that name? Patriots center?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Played with Philadelphia as well. Played 15 years in the NHL. He's also coached at Kentucky and Baylor. Now, no one's been arrested over the removal of 2,000 copies of the East Texan, but editor James Blight estimated the loss at about $1,100. This is what Morris had to say. I'm proud of my players for doing that. This was the best team-building exercise we have ever done. Now, I doubt anyone on the Northeastern hockey team would go and do that, but I can guarantee you this. Head coach Greg Cronin would not condone that kind of theft and chicanery.
Could you imagine
because
Jack Parker?
They're in hockey. Please. So that's the police blotter, folks. Once again, you didn't hear of any hockey players getting in trouble.